We're about to taste a Tempranillo. Is that how you pronounce it?
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo. From Spain, which is a main ingredient of Rioja.
Rioja, yeah, the best grape of Rioja.
This one is from the Casillero del Diablo label. It's £7.50. And here comes the bottle.
There you go.
So, Spanish wine you love.
I do. It's no secret that I do love Spanish wine. Value for money, the flavours, everything appeals to me about Spanish wines.
Yeah, and I think it's like, it does have its own, a bit like French wines, although you get lots of different tastes in French wines, but they have their own sort of characteristic, and Spanish wines also have their sort of like characteristic.
Yeah, and I know you've said sometimes you smell a French wine and without even knowing it's a French wine, but no, it's a French wine.
Yeah.
I get that a lot with the Spanish wines, and it always smells like home for me. You know, it makes me feel warm inside.
How many times have you been to Spain?
Never.
You're going to have to go there.
I am.
You can do. I understand you can do a lovely walk through Rioja vineyards and stop at a little. Yeah.
I might have to look at that.
So stop, walk them through a vineyard, then another vineyard, and then stop overnight in a little hostel, and then move on.
Actually, it might be worth me looking at that. I just never get out of that.
It's
little
probably
cheese
tax
shop.
deductible as part of your research.
Keep talking, because I'll work with the accountant and see what she says. But no, I should really get that. Thinking about it, because I do love the Spanish wines, and I have never visited, so perhaps I should get that sorted sooner rather than later, John.
Yeah, we're only here once.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay, this is not a rehearsal.
That's what they say.
We're getting very philosophical now.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the colour?
Should we just drink wine? Yeah. So this is 100% Tempranillo.
Yes.
Okay. So colour-wise, vibrant. It's got that nice.
It's got that little bit of sort of brownie tinge to it.
Yeah, but that
tawny, I think you'd say, wouldn't you?
That's right, and you do tend to find that a lot of Spanish wines do have that.
Do you think it's the oak they use?
Quite possibly. I mean, is this Scene oak? Do we know? Is it?
I think it has. Yes, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a go on the old, because it looks good. It's not too rich, not too deep there, but that again, not a problem. So we've got on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that is immediately.
It's like sharp cherries, not sweet ones, but sort of like the ones you imagine you bite and you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that smells very nice.
It does, yeah.
But upon saying that,
I get a little bit of resin in it. Like, I know it's oak resin, but I just didn't detect a little bit of resiny sort of.
I don't know.
Maybe they use young oak.
Perhaps that might. What? I'm getting the cherry, but the cherry is like almost like the what's it, masking? Because I've done this before, but sometimes you lock onto that and you're like, oh, you can't get through past it. I think there is something else there. I don't like when you say resin. I don't know what it is, but there is something there.
Or sap. Yeah, resin as in sap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if resin is the right word. Sap was what I was thinking.
Let's have a go on the palate, see what happens.
Okay. The thing I immediately like about that is it goes through about three different. I was going to say irritations. That's not the right word, but three different phases.
Yeah.
I get the sap to begin with.
Okay.
Then I get sort of like the dark cherry bitter, and then I go through into the oaky woody.
Yeah.
With a little bit of tannin going off at the end there.
Number one, I completely agree. You've got there's 1, 2, 3 there. I can't quite put my finger on number one is. Number two is, like I say, that cherry. Like I say, the bitter cherry. Number three, upon tasting that, it is that the oak is there, and almost a little bit like when you say coffee, like woody and a little bit coffee, a bit of coffee flavour in there. And then the tannin is just kind of.
Do you mean like wet grouts? The sort of smell you get off of coffee, like when they're cold, and it's like wet grouty. Do you know the sort of like grouts left in the coffee pot?
No, I'm thinking when you're smelling fresh coffee from the coffee beans. I know what you mean. But it's going to be a very similar thing. Maybe it is like the woody, like that woodiness that you're speaking of, the oakiness. Maybe it lends itself to that. Whichever way it comes out. It's all right.
Yeah, it is all right. you know, for a 750 bottle of wine, that holds a lot of character.
Yeah.
You know, because in terms of tasting that, quite often you get £7.50 bottle of wine, and it's a nice taste, but it's sort of, you know, one-dimensional, one taste, and that's it.
Yeah.
To go through that different phases for £7.50, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I think you're right. It has got quite a lot going for it. It's not overly complex. It's not something that you're really going to get into, but it's just enough there.
Yeah.
Just enough. I even consider that quite a light wine. It's not because it's not heavy. It's not too weighty. It's not something that you're really struggling with, where you know you have to really concentrate on. Also, where one glass does you. This, I think, is a fairly drinkable Tempranillo.
Yeah, I think it's one of those wines that if you were sort of in Rioja and you were in a little bar and because you were there and the atmosphere, you'd probably enjoy it by a multiple of 4, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course, because you're there.
The atmosphere and yeah.
No, that's not a bad bit of wine, that, actually, and especially for the price of $7.50.
Yeah, I mean, for $7.50, I wasn't expecting a lot, obviously.
No.
God, my standards have changed.
We're getting there, John. We're getting there. But not even as talking into, I'm still like, you know, enjoying the flavour still there. The tannins are not overpowering. It's just letting me know it's in the background there.
Yeah.
Constantly, like with it. Again, it's a very subtle after flavour or length there, but it's just like there you are. It's not all, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well let's move on to the pairing. And you know what cheese you want, or shall I kick in with the food?
I already know what cheese I'll go with.
Go for it.
And I would go with a very simple. I say simple. It's the Brie de Meaux, which is the French Brie, probably one of the most famous the most famous French Brie, the most famous Brie. Full stop. Nice, especially when it's in good condition. It's got the milkiness there, that slight kind of almost, it sounds awful, but the ammonia on the rind, that would work beautifully with that. That would be the kind of thing, I think that combination would be one of those where you would just get carried away. Crusted bread or crackers, Brie de Meaux, glass or bottle of that. Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Well, I'm tempted to say, and I'm just hesitating to say it because I always say it, but I think this would go with a stew. I think it'd go very nicely with a stew. I think it'd also go with something like a bolognese, and possibly also something with just maybe a little bit of not too heavy on the chili, but something like a chili con carne, a light spiced chili con carne.
But again, the weightiness there, isn't it, of that food with that wine. I'm with you, John. Same comes down to scores.
Okay, the score. Now this is a difficult one. It's £7.50. Okay, and I'm finding this one difficult to sort of pitch, actually.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I don't want to be unfair to it, but at the same time, I don't want to over egg it. It's sort of like it's like moving around a bit in my mind. Anyway, have you got?
Yeah, I have a number.
Well, you go for your number.
So I'm not going to be overly generous because I think it's nice. But I have to put it into perspective. We've had nicer wines, but then the price there, and again, it ticks my boxes. So mine is going to be and that.
Okay. I'm going to go for 78.
Ooh, I said 82.
Oh, really? No, normally I'm the one that's.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of my style of wine. That is
possibly. Yeah.
My style, and I did actually.
I don't resent that 82 at all. I mean, as I said to you, I was struggling there. I didn't want to sort of over egg it.
I know exactly what you mean, because it can be easy, and sometimes we've tasted wines which, you know, we've probably been too generous with sometimes because it's a mood thing. But I think we've both been very fair with those.
I think that's what was holding me back. I was thinking, I've had some wines and sort of I've given them 82, 83. This isn't quite as good, and that's where So. Okay, well, on another night, as you say, I could have probably done 82 as well.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Or gone 76, you just don't know.
No, you don't. Okay, well, that's tell us if you've tried this or you get around to trying it. Put the comments down below in terms of what you think. If you paired it with something different or you pair it with what we suggest, let us know what you think of the pairing. And also let us know where you're watching this from. Really be interested to know. And so until the next glass of wine we're going to share with you, we'll see you there.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.